Welcome back, folks, and welcome to, where are we at? Episode 4 of the What If multiverse of Football Manager. I don't know if I could call it that, but on this one I've got quite an interesting experiment, and I've had a little fiddle around with the database. So let's get straight into it. Now, Man United. What could be said about Man United over the last, me being 42 and coming out of the 80s into the 90s as a Liverpool fan, watching Man United's domination and Alex Ferguson just tearing up the record books, it was a hard thing to watch. But now, as I get older, I've had time to reflect as a Liverpool fan, and to be fair, Alex Ferguson, yes, okay, Man United are the hated club of Liverpool, bitter rivals, but I can still appreciate Alex Ferguson's achievements. And ever since he left in, 2013, I think it was, Man United have just gone all the way downhill. They haven't had any success, really, and they've had some really good managers there. Mourinho being one of them, Van Gaal, another one. Okay, David Moyes, and you got Ten Hag there now, but they seem to be really, really struggling, and I was curious as to whether things could be turned around by Fergie himself if I put him in back as manager of Man United. And that is exactly what I have done. So here we go. Man United, Alex Ferguson is back as your manager. Haven't changed anything else besides his age. Now, I've ran this experiment a couple of times and he was fine for the first season, but then straight after the first season he would retire again, and the only way I could get that to stop happening was changing his date of birth. So he is now back to being 61 years old. So yeah, I changed his date of birth by 20 years, I think it was. But look at his attributes are ridiculous on here. Perfectionist personality, highly qualified. He's just an incredible manager, and don't care who you support, you can't deny his achievements. You can't deny him at all. So I'll put him back in as the manager of Man United, and I'm going to simulate this first season to see how he gets on being back in the hot seat of Man United, and then I'm going to do a couple more simulations, a couple of seasons at a time. So this is going to be a 5-year simulation to see how he gets on, because I believe his contract I've put to 2029, and I think I've put him back as retiring after his contract finishes, something along those lines anyway. So I'm going to simulate this first season. We'll see how he gets on. Could be in for a big surprise. Let's see. And here we are, back after the first season. So let's have a quick look at the Premier League, Premier Division, and looks like the angry Scottish manager constantly chewing gum on the sidelines didn't really do too well. Admittedly, he missed out on the Champions League, I think probably by 1 win. He drew too many this season, but then again, that's the squad that he's got as well. So we'll have a little dive into it, see if he won anything else. Let's have a look at the because I believe on this season they were in the Champions League, 4th in their group. So ouch, they didn't even get out their group. Oh, mind you, saying that, AC Milan and Barcelona, that's a tough one, but they got, that's nasty. Let's have a look at the FA Cup, quarterfinals of Brighton, and Carabao Cup lost in the final to Man City. Ouch. Could this really be proving that it is a complete and utter changing of the guard now? Are Man United ever going to be a force that they once were? Their finances are not looking too bad there at the moment. They've got a positive balance. They've got a decent transfer budget. Speaking of which, I don't know who got brought in. Let's have a look at the late ones. Okay, so yeah, they did some business in January. They brought in Andre, who again has been touted to go to most European clubs this summer coming. Very highly rated defensive midfielder. Lucas Gunnar Duath, I think that's pronounced. Again, another defensive midfielder, another one who has been touted to go to, I think initially it was Brighton, but I believe he's moving on to somewhere else. And Yasser Asprilla, surprisingly. FM wonder kid, still at Watford, I believe, in real life. And yeah, that's their first couple of signings. Well, first signings that he got through the door in January. He obviously looked at it and went, right, central midfield is definitely somewhere that they needed strengthening up. So, alright. Did he sell anybody in that transfer window? Yeah, looks like a few. A few. Ericsson left. That's probably why I had to get a replacement. Hugel, Forson, Malacia left as well. John, all on transfer deadline day. All on loans. Well, that is the first season done under his new tenure. Højlund, second behind Haaland. That's really low for Haaland on this game, actually, so I'm quite surprised at that. But to finish in Europa League behind Liverpool, quite amusing. Not exactly what I expected. I kind of expected a little bit more of a push from him. I definitely expected him to qualify for the Champions League. So, maybe the problems do run deeper and something that Fergie couldn't actually fix on this or in real life. Well, I'm going to simulate a couple more years in, see how he gets on more. Welcome back, guys, and yeah, let's go straight into it. So if we go for, let's have a look at, no, clicked on Liverpool for some reason, don't know why. Let's go for the Premier League. Holders Liverpool, oh. They've just won it. Man United finished third. Okay, so we're 3 seasons into it now, so 31st of May 2026. Man United, Fergie is still there. I don't think they would dare try and sack him on this. But what on earth happened to the finances? That, at the end of the first season, was plus 96 million, and now it's minus 434. Something has happened there, but I can't see it because I'm not manager of the club or anything. Something has happened there. What are they doing? Are they building a new stadium or something? Trafford Stadium, good condition. But so, what on earth has happened there? Okay, well, we'll have a look at the Premier League and try and gloss over that a little bit. That's a massive amount of debt. So, in the first season, they didn't go for the Europa League. They went into the Champions League because somebody won the Champions League, which I'll have a look at in a second. So in the first season, they did actually go into the Champions League in the end. Second season, they finished 6th. That's not good. And then he's pulled it back to finish 3rd. Okay. Let's have a look at UEFA Champions League. So who won it in that first season that he was there? Real Madrid. So what? Unless we got it on coefficiency, that 5th place, we must have done. Even more of a surprise, FM wonder kid Rooney Bargy is still at FC Copenhagen after 3 seasons. I'm stunned at that. He usually gets snapped up in the first season. So yeah, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and Man City won the Champions League. What about the Europa League? Let's get that up. Oh, look at that! He's won the Europa League. Liverpool won it in the first season. Chelsea, so it's dominated by British clubs. Liverpool, Chelsea and then Man United beat Valencia in the final. Fair play. Let's have a look at the FA Cup. English FA Cup. Have a look at the history, past winners. Nope, no FA Cup. Wolves won it against Brighton. Man City and Arsenal won it. Okay. Carabao Cup. Ooh, Liverpool won it on penalties in that one. Past winners. Man City won it twice. Liverpool have won it once. Okay. Well, That's it's a little bit surprising. A little bit. I say a little bit. I think competitions-wise, they're doing okay. I mean, obviously he's won the Europa League there, Champions League, a couple of qualifications. Hasn't really well. He did better that season. Definitely getting out of the table there. Premier League, 5th, 6th, then 3rd. So that's an improvement. FA Cup, 4th round, quarter-final, and Carabao Cup, losing the final, and then 3rd round and 3rd round. Not going as well as I thought it would for him. If we have a look at his transfers, so yeah, those were his first transfers that he brought in there. Then he brought, wow, he has brought in some decent players here. Kefa and Thuram, Angelino, Sildilia, Paulo Dybala, and Jeremy Pino. Wow. He spent big. I mean, 202 million. That's probably going to explain some of the debt. Because on this season, he only spent 10 on Sebastian Baselli. But didn't bring too much in. So that goes some way explaining the debt, but I don't... That's odd. That's a big drop. That's what, a £500 million plus difference? Swing into the negative? Okay. Well, I'm going to do a couple more seasons. See how he gets on to finish off this experiment. Okay. Back. And I've run the final couple of seasons, so it's 5 years in. We're at the end of the 5th season into 2028 to see how Man United have got on with Alex Ferguson still in charge. Now, obviously, after 3 seasons, he was still there. He had won the Europa League, but nothing else, which is quite a surprise. So, let's have a look at Man United. And as I saw there, he is not... He actually started off on a 4.5-star reputation. He's now a 5-star, weirdly enough. He's still there. What? What is happening with their finances? He's got a £180 million transfer budget and they're now nearly 500 million into the black. That's a £1 billion swing. What on earth is going on? I'm stunned at that. Before we go into any of the results, obviously you can see on this one they finished 3rd. I want to have a look at the transfer history. What happened? So we left it there where they just brought in Baselli. Didn't sell too many other players. Onana's gone. But then this season, okay, Girassi on a free transfer. That's good. Gabigol from Fluminense, Lorenzo Pirola from Salernitana, Morita from Sporting, Acevedo, Mexican goalkeeper, Maxence Lacroix, and Conceição from Ajax. So he spent 159 million but brought in 113, which is pretty decent. So Gornaduth, Baselli had gone, Wan-Bissaka, Kobe Mainoo, Anthony, bye-bye. Cannot stand Anthony. I really can't. Andre went out on loan. So then into his final transfer market, he spent 230 million. Benjamin Henrichs. Okay. Decent player, but not worth 68 million. Jorgensen, who I believe is a goalkeeper. Yeah, very good goalkeeper as well. Pereira from Nacional. Oh, he's good. He's a good regen. Danny Olmo on a free transfer, that's decent. Çalhanoğlu from Inter, Marmol from Spurs, and Diamonde. Damn, he's got a good squad. And looks like Martinez left, Girassi left after 1 season, Sildilio's gone, Andre's gone, Angelino's gone. I'm surprised. Oh, and Bruno Fernandes has gone as well. Okay. I really wish I could see what cash has been injected into it. So let's have a look. They've expanded the stadium. That's been expanded because it was 74,000 in season 3 and it's now 81. So they've done something there and they've gone state of the art on everything as well. Their facilities and everything are all 5-star. They must have had a massive cash injection. Or, let's have a look. Oh. Christian chairperson measure. Have they had? So, did they show up on the search? Glazer. No, unfortunately not. Because they're, yeah. But this, I reckon they've had a takeover. And I've not noticed it. I've not picked up on it. I reckon they've had a takeover. Ten Hag, well, I forgot to explain this at the start of the video. When I put Ferguson as manager, Ten Hag it automatically dropped to assistant manager. And he's still there, surprisingly. Okay, so let's have a look at the competitions wise. And Premier League didn't win it. 5th, 6th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd. Didn't win it. Not good from his perspective. Oh, the Challenge Cup. They lost out on penalties. That's supposed to be really easy to win that as well. Champions League. Round of 16, round of 16, round of 16. Not good results there. Lost the Super Cup and to Man City. Europa League, obviously, yeah, won that one. FA Cup, did they win anything there? Semi-finals twice to Chelsea. Ouch. Oh, we lost a quarter-final on that one to Liverpool. Carabao Cup. No. Well, there we have it. That's the experiment done for the 5 seasons. And even Fergie coming back, in conclusion to this, on this experiment, Fergie coming back for 5 seasons, he won 1 trophy. He couldn't bring the league title back, he couldn't bring any domestic trophies back, and yeah, it shows that the club has got a lot more issues now. Whether that's a game thing, it's definitely a real life thing, but I think it's translated into the game a little bit as well. They do struggle. Financially wise, all over the place. It looks like they have had the Tycoon takeover and a lot of money injected in. So if I carried this on for maybe a couple more seasons, maybe he would have got that league title back, because it looks like he was building an absolutely epic squad. Spent a lot of money on it. But, as I say, all good things come to an end, and looks like that has definitely come to the end for Man United and Alex Ferguson. Well, that's it. Done and dusted. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this where I flip a little bit of football history around and doing little different experiments in my what if videos. And check out the other videos on the channel as well. They're really good, honestly, you'll enjoy them. Got some really good series on there with Borussia Dortmund and FC Heidenheim. I also have videos coming up for a Super Academy series with FC Nordsjælland, and also a Build a Nation series with Banek Ostrava coming up as well. So, lots of videos coming, lots of content coming. Thank you very much for the support already, to everyone who's subscribed already and also liking the videos. And I will see you in the next one. Ta-ra.